The truck didn't come with a auxiliary transmission cooler, so got this super heavy duty desert type one here. It's a 9-row, so the factory is only a 4-row, so it's better than the original. So what I'm gonna do here is just cut this line here because it's just 1/2-inch hose, and then attach the other end down here. So I'm gonna take this little clip off here, cut it where that's mounted, and then you just put that rubber hose over here, and then just use that little flare right there as the flare, and just put a hose clamp on the bottom of it. So then this piece is going to look like that, and then it just snaps in place. Alright, making some progress here. Got the label taken off here. Got these clips pulled off that held this on. There's just little push tabs on here, and you just put a screwdriver in here and pop that edge off. And then there's like a double clip here that went on both of these. Pop that off, and there's one right here as well. So now this upper section is nice and loose, so we can get this cut out, and then we get that new one put in. I'm going to use this Pittsburgh pipe cutter here, and you can tell it's got these little grooves in it. It fits right around this little flared edge. There's 2 flares on here where the factory clip went, so we're going to attach it to the top one so it's got a good solid area to rotate around, and that cutting wheel is just right underneath it. We're just going to rotate this around. Got to pull it back a little bit so it'll fit, and then it'll get a nice clean cut edge around there, so it doesn't have any burrs or anything. We can get a hose on there nice and easy. Just got done cutting that. Worked pretty good. Nice clean cut, no burrs, no shavings in the transmission fluid. I did end up losing a little bit of transmission fluid. Couldn't save that, so it wasn't much in the line, but it's just right about that same level, so there is fluid in there in case you try doing this yourself. On the upper end here, we got to figure out how long we need this hose. So we set this up against there, right where it's about should be, and marked on the low end. Just with a screwdriver so I can get it cut and be on the very bottom of that, so we can use all of the existing hose, but not too much of it. I got the hose cut. Just stick a razor blade and just push it straight through it. All right, this just sits in there and just snaps in place. Really easy to put in. Got the bottom hose put on here. It's really tight with that factory barb on that. It's probably a little bit too much. Anyway, so I got the hose put on just a little bit. I couldn't get over that because it was so tight. I put this hose clamp down as far as I could up against that little flare. And of course, always leave a little bit more hose than you need, because you can always cut it short, but you can't make it longer. And then I can get this adjusted so it looks about the same as the other one. And then I can put it up here. I might need to cut maybe 1/2 inch off of here. Might be able to get away with just pushing it down a little bit more, but we'll see how it is. Alright, on here I had to end up taking about 1/2 inch off that hose, just so I can get it to fit in about its normal position down there, so it's not too much tension or pushing down on it. And then come up over here, and I'm going to put a little funnel in here, and then top off this transmission cooler with fluid, and put the hose clamp on. It should be done. Alright, looks like a factory setup now with this big 9-row factory cooler. So it's a factory hose right there coming on the top, circulates through 9 rows, and then out the bottom, back in the return. Assuming it's return, doesn't really make any difference. Could be the feed. Alright, so that's part number for it. Is DL3V7A095BA. I got a upgraded auxiliary transmission cooler.